Hello and welcome back. My name is Jocelyn. Today I'm going to show you a really quick and simple everyday look for beginners. After prepping your face with moisturizer and SPF, I dusted on a thin layer of mattifying powder. I learned this trick on TikTok and a couple of other forums, and I just wanted to try it out to see if your foundation can last a little bit longer. Next, I went in with the Flawless by Diva Everyday Tinted Moisturizer with SPF, and I love this product because it has buildable coverage. For an everyday look, you can go in with a light layer of the product, or you can actually layer on more for full coverage. You can totally use your fingers for this product, or you can use a beauty blender. Especially for beginners, if you don't have all the tools, it's fine. Using this product with your fingers works equally well. I do have a little bit of redness because of the acne I suffered a few years back, so that's why I absolutely love this product, because it is light and you can build the coverage. I tend to like more full coverage foundations, but those tend to be a little bit thicker, and the Flawless by Diva Daily Moisturizer is actually really thin, and with a couple of layers and a dust of their foundation, a lot of the redness, if not all of it, is completely covered up for me. So it works really well for me. Next step is concealer. If you have under eye circles, darkness, concealer is a great way to hide it, but it's also a great way to highlight some of your features without having to do a lot of contouring if you're not familiar with contouring techniques. So highlighting your eyes, under eyes, your nose bridge, and your T-zone area is a great way to begin contouring if you're not too familiar with the process. The most important thing in makeup application in general, if you are a beginner or not, is the blending process. You may not have invested or have found the perfect tools to help you with such, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, this is for beginners. I don't think that it's wise to invest in expensive tools, but learn the blending process and learn to blend with your fingers. Next is to prime your eyes. Regardless of whichever eyeshadow you want to use, be it matte, shimmer, a stick, a gel, whatever it may be, the best thing you want to do is to prime your eyes in order to make sure that the eyeshadow stays on. So this is another product by Flawless by Diva. This is the eyeshadow stick. Another great product for beginners. One side is your eyeshadow and the other end is actually your eyeliner, so you don't have to stock up on so many different products. Starting with your lash line, apply the color upward towards your lid. And you don't have to be so exact with it, you can just kind of smudge it on there. This product has a shimmer to it, so it's super easy to wear and very cute. Next, with a dark brown color, I would go in and just highlight my lash line a little bit and towards the corner, the outer corner of my lid. So I just kind of color in my lash line and a little bit on the outer corner of your lid. Again, you don't have to be so exact and so great at, putting on the colors, because this is for beginners and the trick is to blend. The thing that I like about this eyeshadow from Flawless by Diva, the purple shadow that I went in with first, is that because it is a stick shadow, it's very blendable. You can layer on a powder shadow and you can just work it in there and it should be super easy to blend in. Then I would dust my upper lid with a little bit of foundation or a light colored eyeshadow, but I usually go in and clean it up with foundation. And again, just help the blending process a little bit more. Another new favorite of mine from Flawless by Diva is their pressed powder. Absolutely love the coverage. You can use this one wet or dry, meaning you can use it with a wet sponge or a dry sponge or a brush. I typically use this dry as a setting powder. Make sure you get all of the areas on your face. Just dust it on all over. After I dusted my face, I added a little more pigment to make my eyes a little bit smokier with that brown. Again, you don't have to be so exact. And I also added that brown to my lower lash line to make my eyes pop a little bit more. Same thing on the other eye, adding more pigment to create a smoky look and lining your lower lash line with the same color. Next, I dusted my top lid with a light color going up towards my eyebrows and the inner corners of your lid. So time to bronze and contour. Contouring is actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it and you know exactly where the contour should go. A lot of people do make that fishy face, especially in the beginning, but once you get a hang of how to put the products onto your face structure, it should be pretty simple. But the general gauge is right underneath your cheekbones is where your contour or your bronzing powder should go. Time for brows. This is another favorite product of mine by Flawless by Diva. This is a 3-in-1 brow product that comes with a pencil, powder, and a gel. So one end is your pencil, which you can start to draw in the shape of your eyebrows. The middle section is your powder, and you can use that to fill in your eyebrows. After the powder, I typically blend everything out. You can definitely use the gel part of this as well. I typically don't need it. I don't have a lot of eyebrow hairs in general, so I just skip that and I just blend. Then after blending, just clean everything up with a little bit of concealer on a brush. If you cleaned off a little bit too much, you can always reapply a little bit with a pencil to the head of your brows. And I typically would have to do that as well. For blush and highlight, I'm using the Flawless by Diva palette with blush and highlights. It comes with 3 colors for blush and 3 highlights as well. Next would be your lips. Lastly would be eyeliner. This is the other end of that eyeshadow that I was using earlier on. This end is your eyeliner. It is a long-lasting waterproof eyeliner that comes with that eyeshadow. As a beginner or a pro, eyeliner can have its good and bad days. So just let me warn you, and don't be intimidated if it goes everywhere or if you get a lot of smudges. Even though this is a waterproof eyeliner, it does take a little bit of time to dry, and the way that I fix eyeliner boo-boos is with a little bit of foundation on a brush. So you can see that on one of my eyes I made a little bit of a mistake. You can fix those little mistakes with a little bit of concealer or foundation on a brush. And now it's time for nose contour. You can do a really light nose contour with an angled brush. I use the darker pressed powder by Flawless by Diva as well to do my contours. And lastly, lashes. This is totally optional. If you're not used to gluing on lashes, which I know a lot of us aren't, you can totally skip this step. This is an everyday look, so not a lot of us show up in the office with full-on lashes anyways, but there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely leave me a comment if you've tried this look. Let me know how it goes.